Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is SexyTCG. In today's video, we will be going over the Metal Saitama deck, which is just our name that we're going to go for Saitama and Metal Bat. I like to just make our little crazy names, fun names, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, this is going to be another one of our hypo decks just to see what we think might be able to work really well once the cards drop in 2 weeks. Um, I'm just a day off, but either way, it's still just about 2 weeks until they actually release. This is the second time I am unfortunately recording this specific deck list right here. I did record it before, and as I went to go to get ready to edit it, I realized I did not have my audio recorded. So yeah, we're back at it again with this one. So we'll just go ahead and go over it real quick. Um, I'm not going to be able to explain everything that I did with the first one just because, like I said, without the audio there, I'm not exactly sure how I said everything. So this one might be a quick speed run, just so we can go ahead and get through the other decks eventually. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start out with our lower cost and get to the higher cost, and then get to the events and action points, and then we'll get to the cost range, talk about the triggers and everything else like that. So first card we got in the deck, it's going to be our 0 energy, 1 AP Metal Bat. It's going to have the get trigger, so you go ahead and add it to your hand if it comes from your life. It's also going to have 1500 BP for if you're attacking or blocking, and then it's going to generate 1 energy for you. We're going to run 4 of these. We like to run at least 10 to 12 0 cost, just to give us a chance to actually be able to play the cards later on that we need. Our next card coming up is going to be 0 energy, 1 AP Genos. He's going to be a when played, draw a card, place 1 card from your hand into your sideline. A nice little cycle card for you right there. He's also going to be another one of the hero archetypes, just like Middle Bat as well. So right under their name, in tiny brackets, you'll see the word hero for both of these guys. Next card we have coming up, we'll have 0 energy, 1 AP Flashy Flash, another hero. With this guy, if you have 6 or more hero affinity cards on your field, this character gains. This character cannot be blocked by a character with 3500 or more BP. So I think it's going to be pretty nice to have him up there on the front line every now and then if you really do need him. So if you need to push something from the movement phase, to go ahead and give yourself the chance to stay alive if you got 6 characters on board, um, or even just as well as another 0 energy. We're just not running 4 of him. This time we're going to run with at least 10 0 cost, just because I wanted to be able to play around with some of the other cards, just to give myself an idea of what I think can be playable for this kind of deck. So yeah, we're just going to run 2 of him. He's also 1500 BP like the other 0 cost, and generates 1 energy for us. Next card is going to be 1 energy, 1 AP, Handsome Common Amai Mask. He's another hero. When played, return 1 character on your field with 1 or less required energy to your hand, and if you cannot, return this character to your hand instead. He's going to be one of those 2 energy generators, so pretty much like every other deck has. Place him down, go ahead and bounce back a 1 energy or a 0 energy to your hand, and then go ahead and swap it out for this guy. And if you can't, he just goes right back to your hand anyway, so there's no point to play him out if you don't have one of those cards on field. We're going to run 4 of him just to give us the chance to go ahead and generate the energy that we need later on in the game if we end up picking him earlier on the game. And yeah, next card we're going to go over is going to be 1 energy, 1 AP Moomin Rider, another hero. When this character is sidelined, if this character is sidelined due to losing a battle, you may place 1 card from your hand into your sideline, and then if you do that, then you can play this character back from your sideline and rest it onto your field, either on the front line or energy. Honestly, I think this character is going to be pretty nice. We're only running 2 of him just because we still want at least some heroes to try to play around with later on that we'll go over. I just like having this character in this deck a little bit just because it gives you the chance to bring him back, and it's kind of like a card that just never goes away. Um, as long as you have a card that you can go ahead and take from your hand and place into the sideline to bring him back in, that is. So I think he's going to be pretty nice. He's also going to be our active trigger. You choose 1 character on your field, switch it to active, and then give it 3000 BP until the end of your turn. Or not just your turn, but the enemy turn when they attack you and all that. We're only going to run 2 of him. And so next card we have is going to be the 2 energy, 1 AP Tank Top Master hero. Just like every other deck has as well, this character, as long as they're active, they generate 1 more energy, going from 1 to 2. And so he also has 2500 BP. He's going to be a pretty decent character to have back there on the energy to give us a chance to generate energy when we need to. We're only running 3 of him though instead of 4, just so we can play some other cards as well. Next character is going to be 2 energy, 1 AP Child Emperor, another hero. I like this card a lot, just for the win played ability. When you play him, if you have 3 or more heroes on your field, you get to choose one of the following. So you can either choose to draw a card, or you can choose one character on your field and they gain 1000 BP until the end of the turn. I think it's pretty nice having him, just because you can have those two choices when you play him, and then some of the other characters in the game will be able to bring him back if we want to. Um, Ouch, my bad, I kicked the table. But some of the other characters we have in the game, you'll be able to bring this character back if you really want to, and be able to use the ability again. And so we're only running 2 of him though, just so that way if we do see him, we'll most likely end up just playing him immediately. I didn't want to run 4. I might push him to 4 eventually, just after playtesting with this on Cardboard Kitsune. By the way, that website does have all the cards for One Punch Man, so if you would like to go test it out, I'll go ahead and drop the link in the description so you guys can go ahead and check that out. But yeah, go ahead and playtest as much as you want. Playtesting is what you gotta do for sure. Next card we have is going to be 3 energy, 1 AP Genos. During your turn, you get to reduce the energy of all Saitama cards on your field, or in your hand, sorry, by 1 energy. Once it's your turn and everything like that. We only have 2 of him. He's another draw trigger, a draw card if he comes from life. Generates 2 energy as well if it's on your energy line, and it has 3000 BP. I want to have 2 more of these. I might swap 2 of the next characters for this Genos, just so I have more chances to go ahead and lower Saitama's energy, because he is a very costly card, as we all know. And this character right here, the Watchdog Man, the 3 energy, 1 AP, he can't move after he's played. So I don't know if your opponent's able to move him, or if that just means like you yourself can't move him. If anybody knows for sure, please let me know, because if that's the case, this guy having like 4000 BP, I feel like is kind of useless. Because like, I mean, he's gonna always, in my opinion, be played on the energy, so I can generate the 2 energy. I maybe sometimes might throw him on the front line just as a blocker, or just to go ahead and get that extra swing if I have the ability to, and if I have that lead with this deck at least. But I honestly think I might switch out these 2 eventually after playtesting and get 2 more of these Genos just to give myself more chances to go ahead and drop Saitama's energy down. But yeah, he's going to also be another active trigger as well, where we get to stand and create or give one of our characters active and then give them 3000 BP. It's going to have 4000 BP and generate 2 energy. Next character is going to be the Terrible Tornado, 4 energy, 1 AP, Tatsumaki. When this character is played, you may play 1 hero affinity card from your hand into your sideline, and if you do, you switch this character to active. I think you're going to always want to go ahead and just drop a card from your hand into your sideline to give this Terrible Tornado active, or the active status, so that way you can go ahead and get a free swing in anyway. I think it's a pretty nice card to have, so I feel like it's honestly one of the must-have like 4 of cards in this deck, just because of what it's able to do. But yeah, she also has 4000 BP, generates 1 energy if you put her on your energy line, and also is another active trigger. Next character is going to be 4 energy, 2 AP Atomic Samurai, another hero. When played, choose up to 1 character with 2000 or less BP on your opponent's front line and sideline it. If 6 or more other hero affinity cards are on your field, 4000 or less BP instead. It's a draw trigger and 4000 BP and generates 1 energy. I do like this card a lot too. I might see if there's a way for me to go ahead and push it up to 3. I don't think I really want to have 4 of these, because I don't really like the cards in Union Arena that have to deal with 2 action points at once. Just because I personally don't get lucky to pull the events like this one right here that we'll go over or we'll just go ahead and go over now. 3 energy, 1 AP. Pretty much it's just one of those cards that when you pay for it, you go ahead and stand 2 AP. But I normally don't get lucky for those. If anything, they normally pop up in my life and they normally get hit first. So like, I might keep this guy lower, because it will make the turn shorter as well, because I don't have any other cards to restand AP cards if I need to, especially if I want to go ahead and do like an extra draw. But yeah, I think this character is going to be pretty nice to have still, just because if you do have the 6 or more heroes, you'll be able to get rid of a 4000 or less. And pretty much every deck is going to have at least a 4K, unless they decide to boost their character or have another character on the front line that might be like 4500 instead. But yeah, I think it's going to be pretty nice to have them, so I might try to push them up to 3. But yeah, this is one of the other characters that we'll have 2 of for right now. Next character is going to be Genos again, 4 energy, 1 AP, but this time it's going to be our raid target. This Genos has double block, so you can go ahead and block twice with it as long as you're able to. Also, don't skip over this line if you ever see it. If you haven't seen it, I'll go ahead and just let you know. It just pretty much lets you go ahead and when this character attacks and wins a battle, you draw a card. When it's sidelined, you return the base card of this raid character to your hand. And so, in my opinion, I feel like if you're going to raid Genos anyway, you have two targets to hit, either the 3-1 or the 0-1. Honestly, I feel like you're going to want to at least raid over top of this Genos, so that way, when it's sidelined, you're going to return the base card to your hand, and the Genos is going to go to your sideline anyway. You'll go ahead, just bring this one back, so that way when you play it, you can go ahead and draw a card, place another into your sideline. And then let's say you have Terrible Tornado in your hand, you can go ahead and play her, bring back a hero affinity card. It doesn't say that it has to be anything specific as long as it's hero. If you're already sidelining this Genos, it's a hero anyway, so you can bring him back, and then go ahead and play it as well. So pretty much I feel like that's honestly a reason why this whole setup that I have right now is pretty decent. I want to go test it out to see if it is a lot better anyway. I'm not sure. That's the fun of making these HypoDecks. But the next character we have is going to be 4 energy, 1 AP, Metal Bat. He has a Nullify Impact. He also, for whenever he's rated, this character gains all the abilities listed below if you have the required number of hero affinity cards on your field. So if you have 3 or more heroes, he gains Impact 1, which is going to be pretty good. And then if you have 6 or more, whenever he's sidelined, you may place 1 card from your hand into your sideline. And then if you do that, you play this character set to resting on your front line. So I think that's honestly going to be something that's pretty nice to mess around with as well, just because whenever it's sidelined, you get to bring him back as long as you place a card into your sideline from your hand. And then he just turns into a Nullify Impact, so if your opponent has an attack coming up where you know they at least have impact still, you can bring him back and just at least protect yourself from that and just get rid of him again one more time. So we're going to still have 4 of him just because I think he's going to be pretty good. The Genos we're only going to have 2 of, but that's just because we at least still have Saitama and then also Silverfang right here. So we're going to have at least 3 of Silverfang. Normally I have 4 color triggers, but with this green deck, I don't really think I'm going to want to bring back too many of the 2 energy or 1 AP characters at any point. The only person I could really see myself doing that with is at least like the Child Emperor, maybe, and then maybe Genos, just so I can go ahead and get the draw as well. I might even bring Moomin Rider too, just for the sideline ability, but I can only really see myself really running 3 of this color trigger right now because it's not really too useful in my opinion. Plus, with this guy just being 6 energy, 1 AP, he's still going to be good, but we also still have Saitama that we can deal with as well. So we're going to have, before we go over Saitama actually, whenever you play this character, when you attack and whenever you block with him, you get to look at the top card of your deck and then place it either onto the top of your deck again or put it into your sideline. I think you're going to mainly just want to go ahead and sideline because it's going to help you out with Saitama's ability anyway. So if you can manage to get at least 2 of these guys down, you're going to be able to keep throwing a lot of your cards into your sideline. Might feel like a waste, but at least it's going to help you at least get that Saitama down when you really need it. And so for that Saitama, pretty much he's 15 energy, which is crazy. But I mean, you got to do what you got to do to make sure One Punch Man doesn't just take you out immediately. He also has 2 AP, another hero. But for every 5 cards in your sideline, you reduce this card's required energy by 1 while it's in your hand. And so whenever you play this character, you set it to active on your field as well. So he's going to be able to just go ahead and attack immediately. So you want to be ready for this guy when he gets put down. He has Impact 3, so whenever he swings, he'll be able to just hit for 3 damage immediately. And then he also has damage 7 too, so like if he's able to hit, he's going to end up just one-tapping you at some point if you're not able to block him. So you're going to want to be able to figure out a way to block him immediately. So just be careful for this Saitama as much as you can. This character cannot be removed from the field either by your opponent's abilities. So I'm pretty sure that even means like the special trigger and also just abilities that just say anything to remove him. So you're going to want to be prepared for Saitama. Like, be very, very careful with this card on the field. Whenever he's attacking as well, choose up to 1 character on your opponent's front line and sideline it. And then at the end of the battle, if the character was blocking, return it to their hand instead, or return it to your hand. He has a get trigger to add it to your hand if he's in your life, and he's going to have 10,000 BP with 1 energy. And so that's going to be it for the characters. We'll go ahead and go over the events. We already went over this event card right here, our final trigger. This is going to be our special trigger. We're going to have 4 of these as well. It's going to be called Dragon Pummelin, 4 energy, 1 AP. It's going to be one of those removal character or removal cards. Just choose a character with 3000 BP on your opponent's front line and sideline it. And then if we have Metal Bat, it's going to be 5000 BP or less instead. And then we have at least just one of these serious punches as well, just because we have one Saitama. But it's going to be 12 energy and 1 AP. But just like the Saitama card, you're going to need a certain amount of cards in your sideline just to go ahead and reduce the energy. So for every 5 cards in the sideline as well, reduce this card's required energy by 1 while it's in your hand. And for the actual main ability for it, you choose one character on your opponent's front line and up to one character on their energy line and sideline them. So I honestly like having this card because I feel like if you're going to go up against a deck like Purple Muzan, for example, they like to keep the Muzan on the back. It's going to generate 2 energy, and it also has Impact 2 and Damage 2. And that card is so annoying when that gets pushed up. I've played against that deck so many times, and there was one person I played where they put at least 2 Muzans on the back line, and I had 5 life thinking that was going to be chilling, and then eventually they just went ahead and pushed it up, and I just wasn't able to do anything. So I feel like a card like this, Serious Punch, is going to help you out and let you go ahead and get rid of something that they're holding onto on the front line, but also get rid of something like a 2 energy generator card that's pretty good on their energy line as well. So I'm only going to have one of those so far. We might figure out if we want to push the Saitama up to 2 so we can get a second one of these. But yeah, with this just being a HypoDeck, we're just having fun coming up with whatever we can. And we're going to go test it out in Cardboard Kitsune, get a video of that as well, just see how well it goes, and then just do some changes from that too. We have another green deck actually coming up that I have created so far that I got from somebody that I played against in a Discord match. He showed me the list, and I wanted to go ahead and just at least create a video of it just to show people what that one looks like. It's just another variation of green. And I think it's honestly pretty good as well. It has a little less characters, I think 3. I have 41, I think theirs was 38. So yeah, that one will be a little different than what I have, but I do like the setup of it as well, and I would like to show you guys too. So let me know what you guys think about the deck that I have right here, and what you think could change, or what you think I could add, or anything about it that you like, dislike. Just give me any comments or feedback. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one and peace out.